Hey there, my name's Steve and I'm the do everything that the devs don't want to do guy at Motion Twin, which means I'll be the guy to come and see when our updates are inevitably late. All jokes aside, today we're going to take a look at Dead Cells, which is our new 2D action platformer roguelike Metroidvania game. So for those of you who haven't been following along since we started posting on Facebook and whatnot, you can find out more about the basic idea of the game and the basic mechanics in the description of this page. Today we're going to get stuck into what we've been doing since the green light, but if you do have any questions, just hit us in the comments. We'll get back to you as soon as we can. Now, we organized development of the game into what we call biomes, so I'd like to introduce you to the fourth biome, the Ossuary. As you can see, it's got a pretty grim vibe going on. There's a lot of corpses and dead things floating around in there. The idea with the colors and the vibe of this biome is really to give a nice transfer between the prison, which is quite blue as the previous biome that you saw, quite somber, and this, which is got a lot more reds, a lot more flesh, a lot more sort of colors that we're trying to make you think about violence and blood in there. The next thing we've introduced is traps. Now, these are sort of more general tiles that are going to be introduced into a lot of different areas. There are some areas that have more, and there are also side areas that are entirely devoted to traps that are sort of challenges that you want to take on and try and get loot by being able to beat them. So here, for example, I'm taking on a challenge room, and if I didn't suck, I'd probably be able to get some loot out of there. Also, don't pay any attention to the French. We just haven't finished translating the game yet. Me not being very good at jumping and precision movements aside, these areas, the traps and challenge areas are just that, they're side areas. If that's not really what you want to do, you don't have to go through them, but they will obviously give you a bit of a bonus if you do make it in there. This pretty much brings us up to date. Right now we're working on another new biome. We're also working on the balancing of the game, skinning monsters, basically just making sure that what we'll have when it comes to early access is really something quite nice. Even better, we're going to be in London this weekend at the PC Gamer Weekender, so people will be able to get their hands on it. If you're in London, come say hi. And that also means that we should be able to start streaming some gameplay footage of the game soon, and we're pretty excited about that. A lot of questions that we saw coming up during the greenlight process were obviously legitimate concerns relating to procedural generation, which has become something of a dirty word recently. So we just wanted to mention briefly that it's procedural generation in the sense that we actually hand design each little chunk of the level. So like each of these little rooms and towers that you see me jumping around in here are made by hand by one of the developers. And then what we do is we stitch those tiles together with an algorithm. So it's not full random. Again, don't hesitate to ask if you've got any questions, just hit us in the comments below. And no matter what, we'll be doing more of these video blogs and keeping you up to date here on Steam and via the social networks.